Are you toxic to your kids? It's important to note that communication within families can vary widely, and what may be considered toxic depends on the context, tone, and frequency of the statements. However, some statements or behaviors can generally be harmful to a child's emotional well-being. Here are 5 examples. Number 1. Invalidation can have significant and lasting effects on a child's emotional well-being. When children's feelings are consistently invalidated, they may experience a range of negative emotions and develop certain coping mechanisms. Children may feel like their thoughts and emotions don't matter. If their experiences are dismissed or downplayed, they may internalize the belief that what they feel isn't significant. Continuous invalidation can lead to frustration and anger. Children might become resentful if they perceive that their emotions are consistently ignored or trivialized. Invalidation can contribute to self-doubt. Children may start questioning their own perceptions and feelings, wondering if they are justified in what they experience. To avoid further invalidation, children may learn to suppress their emotions. They might become reluctant to express themselves, leading to a lack of emotional openness and potentially impacting their mental health. Children might start seeking validation from external sources, such as peers or authority figures, since they aren't receiving it at home. This can influence their behavior and decision-making. Without validation, children may struggle to understand and regulate their emotions. They may have difficulty expressing themselves appropriately or managing stress. Invalidation can affect how children approach relationships. They might struggle with trust and intimacy, fearing that their emotions will not be accepted or understood by others. It's crucial for parents and caregivers to be aware of the impact of invalidation on a child's emotional development. Validating a child's feelings, even if one doesn't agree with them, helps build trust, fosters emotional intelligence, and promotes a healthy sense of self-worth. Open communication, empathy, and active listening are essential components of a supportive and nurturing parent-child relationship. If these issues persist, seeking the guidance of mental health professionals can be beneficial. Number 2. When children are consistently compared to their siblings, it can have various emotional and psychological effects, influencing their self-esteem, sense of identity, and relationships. Constant comparisons can make a child feel inadequate, as if they are not measuring up to their siblings. This can lead to a sense of not being good enough, fostering low self-esteem. Children may develop feelings of jealousy and resentment towards their siblings. Comparisons can create a competitive dynamic that negatively impacts sibling relationships. Children might feel pressured to conform to certain expectations or behaviors to match their siblings. This can stifle their individuality and hinder the development of their unique personality. Children might feel pressured to conform to certain expectations or behaviors to match their siblings. This can stifle their individuality and hinder the development of their unique personality. Children might constantly seek approval and validation from parents, trying to match up to the standards set by their siblings. This can lead to a dependence on external validation and affect decision-making. Siblings may feel a strain in their relationships, as comparisons can create a sense of competition rather than cooperation. It can impact the ability to support and appreciate each other's strengths. Children may perceive the comparisons as unfair treatment. This can create a sense of injustice, leading to feelings of frustration and disappointment. Children might feel that their unique talents and qualities are overlooked because they are constantly measured against their siblings. This can result in a diminished sense of accomplishment and recognition. Comparisons can extend to academic achievements, influencing a child's perception of their intelligence and abilities. This can create stress and anxiety about academic performance. It's important for parents to foster an environment where each child is celebrated for their unique qualities and strengths. Encouraging individuality, acknowledging accomplishments, and avoiding direct comparisons can contribute to healthier sibling relationships and support each child's emotional well-being. Open communication and a focus on each child's unique journey can help create a positive family dynamic. If challenges persist, seeking guidance from family counselors or therapists. Number 3. Conditional love, where a child feels loved only under certain conditions or for specific behaviors, can have profound and lasting effects on a child's emotional well-being. Children may experience anxiety and insecurity because they are unsure of when love will be withdrawn or granted. This uncertainty can create a constant fear of not meeting expectations. Conditional love can contribute to a child's development of low self-worth. If love is tied to achievements or behaviors, the child may internalize the message that they are only valuable when they meet certain standards. Children may feel pressured to constantly perform or meet expectations to receive love. This pressure can be overwhelming and impact their ability to develop a healthy sense of self. The fear of rejection can be pervasive when love is conditional. Children may develop a fear that any mistake or failure will result in the withdrawal of love, leading to heightened stress and anxiety. In an effort to secure love, children may engage in people-pleasing behavior. They may prioritize the desires and expectations of others over their own needs and desires. Conditional love can impact a child's ability to form healthy relationships in the future. They may struggle with trust and intimacy, fearing that love is always contingent on meeting certain criteria. Some children may emotionally detach as a coping mechanism. If love is associated with conditions, they may distance themselves emotionally to protect against potential rejection. Children may experience confusion about their own self-worth. If love is tied to external factors, they may struggle to develop a stable and positive self-concept. Criticism or disapproval may be internalized as a lack of love or acceptance. Children may grow up with a persistent inner critic that undermines their confidence and self-esteem. It's essential for parents and caregivers to provide unconditional love and support, separating a child's intrinsic value from their behaviors or achievements. Building a secure attachment, expressing love consistently, and encouraging a child's individuality can contribute to a healthy emotional development. Number 4. Name-calling can have a significant impact on a child's emotional well-being and can affect their self-esteem, self-image, and overall mental health. The immediate response to name-calling is often hurt and emotional pain. Children may feel wounded and upset, particularly if the name-calling is persistent or comes from someone they care about. Name-calling can evoke feelings of anger and frustration. Children may feel unfairly treated or attacked, leading to a natural emotional response of anger. Persistent name-calling can contribute to low self-esteem. Children may internalize the negative labels and start to believe that they are, indeed, the derogatory terms used against them. In an attempt to avoid further name-calling or negative interactions, children may withdraw socially. They might become more reserved or hesitant to engage with others. Children might develop a defensive attitude as a coping mechanism. They may become guarded, expecting negative comments, and may respond to perceived threats with defensiveness. Some children may seek validation from others to counteract the negative impact of name-calling. They might look for affirmation and positive feedback to counterbalance the hurtful words. Children may internalize the negative labels they are called, leading to a distorted self-perception. This internalization can have long-term effects on their identity and behavior. Name-calling can affect a child's ability to form and maintain healthy relationships. They may struggle with trust and intimacy, fearing judgment or criticism. Persistent name-calling can contribute to the development of depression and anxiety. The emotional toll of consistent negativity can take a significant toll on a child's mental health. Children may exhibit changes in behavior as a response to name-calling. This could include acting out, becoming more introverted, or displaying signs of stress and anxiety. It's crucial for adults, including parents, teachers, and caregivers, to address name-calling promptly and provide support to the child. Encouraging open communication, teaching coping strategies, and promoting a positive and respectful environment can help mitigate the negative effects of name-calling. If the behavior persists or escalates, intervention by trusted adults and, if necessary, professional support may be needed to ensure the child's emotional well-being. Number 5. Being guilt-tripped can have a profound impact on children's emotions and well-being. Guilt-tripping involves using manipulative tactics to make a person feel responsible or guilty for something, often for the purpose of getting them to do something or to control their behavior. The most immediate and direct impact of guilt-tripping is, unsurprisingly, feelings of guilt and shame. Children may feel responsible for situations they have no control over or for actions they didn't intend to cause. Guilt-tripping can be confusing for children, especially if they are being made to feel guilty for things that are not their fault. This confusion may lead to frustration and stress. The fear of disappointing others or feeling guilt-tripped can lead to increased anxiety. Children may become anxious about making choices or expressing their needs and desires. Children may recognize that they are being emotionally manipulated. This realization can lead to a sense of betrayal, eroding trust in the person employing guilt-tripping tactics. Over time, repeated guilt-tripping can breed resentment. Children may grow resentful of the person using these tactics, which can strain relationships and hinder open communication. Constant guilt-tripping can contribute to low self-esteem. Children may internalize the belief that they are always at fault or that their needs and desires are less important. To avoid being guilt-tripped, children may engage in avoidance behavior. This could involve avoiding fear of guilt-tripping, may make it challenging for children to express their needs and desires openly. They might prioritize others' feelings over their own, hindering their ability to assert themselves. Certain people or situations to sidestep the emotional manipulation. Guilt-tripping can strain relationships, creating an environment of emotional manipulation rather than open communication and mutual understanding. It's essential for parents, caregivers, and educators to be aware of the impact of guilt-tripping on children and to promote healthy communication patterns. Encouraging open dialogue, active listening, and teaching children about healthy boundaries can help mitigate the negative effects of guilt-tripping. If these patterns persist, seeking professional guidance, such as family counseling, may be beneficial. If you made it this far, thank you. Please like and subscribe.